Hi everyone, today we're going to be installing original Honda OEM USB-C connector to the Honda CRF300L 2026. So here it is, the first part, and as you'll see the code USB-C or USB charger, and this one is a bracket. You get some instructions, you get a plastic housing, and you do get a bracket as well. We've got two things, and another thing is going to be, or two things, the USB-C connector and the bit that plugs into a specific place, which will wrap around like that, and it should sit later on like that. Let's undo both of these bolts, which are at the side. The washer is attached, luckily, so we don't lose it. Now we should be able to take off this whole front, but first things we need to know is that there's two pins that slot into the front fairing, which is holding the whole lamp vertically. So now we'll gently try to take it off. Just lift it up like that from the bottom, and here we are. Simple as that. We'll have to push this just gently out, press the clip, which is right over here, press on it, and we'll be able to disconnect the front light just like that. It's just a simple way of doing it. So here it is, that is the bit that we're looking for. Right here inside there is a blank slot that's just plugged in, so we'll need to disconnect it. One plug to two plugs, and I'll just show you how these work so you understand, and you'll be able to take out easily the blank slot or blank plug which is inside, because it's a little bit difficult to film right there. So this is the female, this is the male part, and these connect just like that. So for you to take the blank plate out, you'll need to kind of push on this side, on one of the sides right here, and you'll be able to plug it out. Let me push that a little bit more out of the way. Here we are. Here we are, boom. So you see, that's literally exactly like the one I showed. Put it there. And this pin right here, we need to kind of pry it inside, and I'm holding the tension with my fingers, and I'm pushing the second one in, and you see it just pops out. So now we've got an easier access to this place, and I'm going to show you exactly where that plate that we've got there is going to screw in. This is going to screw in right over here inside there. But one thing to note, Honda, as you can see, did not include a bolt that I'll need to use to attach this bracket. As you'll see, it will go inside right like that. Like this. See, there's a hole inside, and it will. Let me kind of hold this with my finger. See, there's a hole and I'm gonna go like that. So, since Honda did not include the necessary bolts, what I'm gonna do, since I'm already in the shop, I'm gonna get one M6 12mm and one M6 16mm, a shorter and a longer one, and I'm also gonna get 2 washers. And I'll see, just in case, if I put a washer on this and it's too short, then I could put 2 washers on the longer one, and hopefully I won't have to come back to this shop. So we've got 4 pieces that will have to join up together. First thing we're gonna do is put this unit into the rubber hose, just like that. Then we're gonna plug this into here. It's a little bit fiddly because it's just rubber against rubber, but it's not the most difficult thing ever. Oh, did you hear the click? I think it just kind of went in. You can see there's a bit of a gap inside, so I'm just going to push gently with my fingers, and you can see it works. It works pretty nice. I feel like there should be some sort of a blanking slot or blanking plate that I can plug into the bike, so if I'm not using the USB-C, then it's not gathering dust. But it is what it is. That's what Honda sent, so that's what we're gonna be using. And the last 2 things that we need to connect is the bracket and this bit that we just joined up, and it's gonna go just like that, because it's gonna sit like that in the bike, and we're gonna plug it in through there. So you see there's a gap inside, and we've got 2 little things, and we'll have to shove them just gently. And you being a man, or most of you, you know what you need to do when it doesn't go in. You need to just shove it gently, like that. Millimeter. I'm gonna get a 12mm bolt with a M5 5mm socket and M6 thread. Or actually, just to make things simpler, let's just put it like that and place it inside. And I'm gonna tighten the bolt through the bottom. That's why I'm kind of being gentle here, just making sure that I catch the threads correctly. Don't have to go overboard because it's just, USB-C. USB-C socket. It's pretty light. It's not going to vibrate out of the bike. And the next step will be to feed the cable through to the bottom right here. And actually we're going to put the cable through here. That's it. And now we're going to connect these 2 pieces together. So let me just push this rubber. Let's join these 2 together. And I'm gonna push this in as well. Let me just plug that in with my phone. Perfect. So here we are, guys. The USB-C socket's already installed on the bike, is working, and I'm gonna be stoked to be using this feature while riding. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend hitting that subscribe button, because in the future I'll be adding similar content. My plans are to be changing the handlebars, the hand guards, adding a skid plate, engine guards, and changing the front and the rear suspension to suit my riding needs. hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you later.